Every 60 seconds, enough sunlight falls across the planet's surface to meet the world's energy needs for a whole year. The sun powers our Earth's weather systems and ocean currents, which hold huge reserves of energy. For 30 years, a wide range of technologies have been on the drawing board to tap into this energy. And now, to meet the challenges of climate change and oil depletion, communities and governments around the world are taking action. The green energy revolution has finally started. I'm Scott Ludlam, the Greens' lead Senate candidate for Western Australia. I'm running for the Senate because I'm tired of hearing the major parties saying that it can't be done. It can be done, and it is being done. We can build a sustainable future powered by the natural elements. In Australia, we have an abundance of energy options. We just need the political determination. Western Australia stands to be a world leader as we make the transition from a fossil economy to a renewable community. A vote for the Greens is a vote for a green energy revolution. Take action today and vote 1 for a renewable Australia.
Hi, this is Ron from thermo1.com. I'm going to do a quick couple of demonstrations here to show you the potential of thermoelectric modules. Now you notice here we have the thermoelectric module sitting on a piece of copper as a cold heatsink, and the voltmeter there obviously. Now watch this, just with the tips of my fingers. 66 millivolts of electricity generated from the heat in 2 of my fingertips. Obviously we're not going to be able to power a home with this. However, this demonstration clearly shows that you can generate electricity even from the most mundane of heat sources. Next I'm going to heat up a thin strip of copper with the Bic lighter. I'll get it good and hot and then set it on top of the thermoelectric module, and we'll see what kind of current we get out of it. Almost half a volt. Not too shabby. These quick desktop demonstrations were done to show you both the simplicity and the potential of thermoelectric modules. For more information on thermoelectric modules, you can visit thermo1.com. New videos on thermoelectric generated power will be posted on our website as well as here on YouTube. Thank you.
More of the energy out of the sun. The trick is to get more energy out than the extra cost that it costs you to make that extra set of layers in it. We need to take our nanostructures and put them into an assembly.
Caltech's Nathan Lewis believes solar technology has to become much cheaper before it can make a serious impact. And he's hoping nanotechnology will help him do that.
So we're working on using nanostructures, nanotubes, nanoparticles, where nano means really tiny. I'm trying to use these materials to capture and convert and store sunlight in new ways.
But that's not all.
We want things that are so cheap that you could treat them like paint at Home Depot and you'll paint your roof or paint your house with it. So that would really lower the cost of solar electricity a lot.
Here's how Lewis's nano paint might work. First, you need to roll out a layer of something to help conduct electricity. A thin sheet of plastic with an aluminum coating would do. You also need wires that will ultimately conduct the electricity to the house. Now, you're ready for Lewis's solar paint. Its key ingredient, a compound called titanium oxide, is processed into nanotubes that point toward the sun like blades of grass.
TiO2 is an incredibly common, cheap chemical. It's in toothpaste. It's the pigment in white paint, these little tiny particles.
And when photons of sunlight strike individual TiO2 atoms, they knock loose electrons, just like they do to silicon atoms in a solar cell. And if you put a positively charged clear coating over the paint, the negatively charged freed electrons start moving to the wires and down to the inverter boxes so the kids can watch TV.
Nanotechnology, that word only has come about in the last probably 6 or 7 years. Probably always worked in that area. We just didn't know that that was the name that we should be calling it. It's mainly dealing with materials that are on the nanometer size scale. So that's a billionth of a meter in size, which is kind of hard to comprehend. And when things get to be that small, all the physics and chemistry change. You'll have a large surface area to a very small volume. You can make chemical reactions happen that normally would not happen. We're hoping that we can take that material and grow it on the surface and use that material in the presence of water and sunlight to produce hydrogen. And if you could use the sun's energy, which is falling on the surface of the earth anyways, and then collect the hydrogen that's produced, just splitting water, then you could put it in your automobile. You can run electrical generating facilities with a fuel cell. You could use it for a lot of things. It would be clean, cheap energy. Energy from the sun travels here as photons. It's a quantized packet of energy. Average energy of that spectrum is 1.5 electron volts. So if it's 1.5 electron volts arriving here, how much energy would it take to take one water molecule and split it in half? It would take 1.23 electron volts. So on average, there's enough energy in a photon from the sun to break up a water molecule into useful hydrogen and oxygen. So the energy is there, just have to figure out a way to use it. The hydrogen economy is what you hope to go for. So now what do we have? We have the petroleum economy. We have to go to the Middle East and get the oil. On another perspective, this whole concept of global warming. So if we can avoid that problem, as a scientist or as a father, I mean, I have to feel good about that.
Over the past several decades, our energy consumption needs have grown dramatically while our production levels have remained relatively constant. The United States has relied heavily on foreign imports to meet our fossil fuel needs. However, with oil and gas prices steadily rising, it will soon become economically necessary for us to utilize alternative sources of energy. Many scientists have made finding these alternative energy sources their primary goal. Methanol has received a great deal of attention in recent years for its potential as an alternative fuel source. Methanol is an attractive option because it can be derived not only from fossil fuels, but also from municipal waste, wood, and other biomass. Another attractive feature of methanol is that when it is combined with steam, it can react to form carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas, another known clean energy source. Furthermore, it is well known that the addition of a metal catalyst makes this reaction more efficient. Researchers in the Sykes group at Tufts University have been intrigued by the question of what makes a good catalyst.